Campcasso Art Box Artists. I'm Mrs. Small, and I am ready to create your Squishmallows disco houses today. Before we begin, let's give our hands a shake, stretch up to the ceiling or to the sky. Where are you creating today? Are you at home? Are you on vacation? Are you outside? Maybe you're at a friend's house and you're doing the project together. Start to wake up that body and say hello to all of our friends. Give me a high five. And dig into that box, and I want you to start by taking out your Squishmallow kit. Looks like this. Comes with your box, your glitter glue and gems and pipe cleaners, some clay. Nice work. You are also going to need a paper towel, maybe a second paper towel. You're going to use and need water today to wash out your paintbrush. So grab a dish and put some water in it. Make sure you take out those paintbrushes that are in your kit that you've been using for all of your projects. I also took out my box of crayons because I'm gonna incorporate crayon to my art today. My black Sharpie marker. And then I took a paper plate, artists, and I put my paint on top to create a palette. You may use whatever type of surface you want to put your paint on. Maybe you want to keep it in those little pods. That's totally cool. I like mine on a paper plate because then I can work on mixing colors with my white. Today I chose red, orange, and yellow, all warm colors like the sun. And I added my white so I can make 3 different tints today. A pink, a peach, and a yellow, like a light buttery yellow, a little lighter than the yellow that's on my plate. All right, are we ready to get started? The first thing you're going to need to do is you're gonna need to take that Sharpie and that box of crayons close by and go ahead and grab your box. We are going to use our Sharpie to design all around the sides of our box and inside our box. You can draw and create whatever you can imagine. Doors, windows, window boxes, flowers. Anything that you want to draw, it's up to you. I have a secret. I already started my box. I'm not very patient. Oh. So there's the start of my box. I created a doorway. I created the start of a garden, some windows. I started to incorporate my crayons on top of my box. I created some designs on the side. And now I need to start to create the inside and the sides of the bottom of the box. So go ahead and find that Sharpie marker, open it up. Nice deep breath in, let it all out, and let's get creating. So inside my box, I think I'm gonna create is a little bit tricky when working inside your box. So I think I'm gonna save painting and all my decorations, and I'm gonna focus on the outside. But definitely, if you wanna get your hand in there and draw a little bit in your box, go for it. I'm gonna design just some different types of lines. I'm gonna make some stripes on the outside of my box, different decorations, some stripes on that side. I'm gonna create kind of a swirl or a wavy line. Maybe I'll go back, let's see. Maybe I'll make a little pattern, artist. I'm gonna go back to stripes. So I got stripe, wavy, stripe, and now I'm gonna go with wavy again. What kind of designs are you creating? Maybe polka dots, maybe diamond shape. Actually, I like the idea of polka dots too. I'm gonna create some little polka dots on the sides. So let's spend the next few minutes drawing with our Sharpie and designing the outsides, the insides, and the tops of our boxes. Good job. I love using a Sharpie marker. So many different things that you can do with it. I'm creating some little polka dots on my waves. Anything to make my box unique and all about me and the things that I like, the things that inspire me. Nice job. As you are working on your Sharpie marker, some of you might be getting to the point where you're ready for crayon. So if you are, go ahead and close up that Sharpie. And if you're still working in Sharpie, go ahead and press pause so you can keep working and keep me right here with you. If you're ready for crayons, go ahead and take out that crayon box. I took all my colors and put them right on my tabletop. I'm gonna move my camera down so you can see the top of my table. Ooh, there it goes. My crayons are rolling away. There's the top of my table. I'm gonna grab a stool so I can join you right down here. Perfect. Okay, my loves. So I have been working with this little rainbow pattern with my crayons, and I'm just gonna continue onward with my rainbow. So I like using and incorporating my crayons just to add a different texture to my artwork. It will be a little bit different than paint. I'm going to incorporate the paint in just a few minutes, but I want to finish this rainbow pattern I started, and I want to color in my two flowers at the bottom, this little garden I've made. Ooh, rolling away crayons. I hope you're having a nice day. Is it sunny today? Is it really hot outside? Maybe it's raining. That happens in the summertime, right? What adventures have you gone on today? Have you gone to the beach? A pool? Maybe a park? Maybe you rode your bike today? Remember, artists, as you are creating with me, don't hold your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a deep breath. You don't need to rush. Art can be quiet. It can be busy. Sometimes art can be loud. All right, I'm gonna go to those little flowers on my box. I'm really liking the way the crayon is working with my box. It's covering really nicely. Okay, I am feeling really good with my box and my crayon. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and move to my paint, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my big paintbrush, and I'm going to stand up and move my camera back up, all right? Perfect. All right. Ooh. Good job. I've said this a few times to all of my art students. I like to stand when I create. So if you feel more comfortable finding your feet on the ground, go for it. Just make sure you have all your supplies ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna mix. I'm gonna work on painting the outside of my box, and I'm gonna start with my Juicy Cherry Red paint. I'm gonna scoop up a little blob of that paint and put it right next to the white. I'm gonna go ahead and give my paintbrush a wash to wash off that red. I wanna try to keep my paint nice and pure. I don't wanna mix all the colors because I wanna be able to go back to it. So I'm gonna scoop up a little bit of white and go ahead and I'm gonna mix a sweet bubblegum pink form my little Squishmallows house. Perfect. And I'm gonna go with starting my stripes. And I'm gonna push and pull that paint down nice and slowly, working around my details. Now, if I make a little mistake and paint gets on that black Sharpie that I was drawing with, that's okay, not a big deal. We can go over it when the paint dries. Okay, I'm just taking my time, going around my entire box with this awesome, I wanted to say special, an awesome bubblegum pink. All right, making my way. Push and pull that paint. You guys notice I'm not using a ton of paint. I put a little bit on my brush and I'm using what I have first on my brush. And then if I need to dip more onto my plate, it's right here for me. But I don't need a lot of paint. Sometimes we think we need to do a big scoop of paint on our paintbrush. And really that's just creating a lot of blobs and runny paint and drippy paint. You want your paint to be nice and smooth. Okay? Good job. I'm gonna work my way around that box. I'm gonna go ahead and wash out that pink. I'm gonna put my box down. I wanna make a peach color now. Dry my brush off. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop up a little bit of that orange. Is that orange? Wash my paintbrush off. Wash, wash, wash. And dry that brush off. Go ahead and scoop up some white and mix it into my orange. And there comes my peach. It almost looks like creamsicle or like a sorbet color. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a big wash that goes all the way down this side of the box. Pulling that paint all around my wiggly lines. I'm gonna keep that little extra paper towel close to me because I'm gonna do a little tapping and a little texture in a minute. So I'm gonna pull this creamsicle orange I've made all the way down, I think. And I'm gonna grab that paper towel. I'm gonna crunch it up like a snowball. And I'm gonna tap along a little bit and kind of pull it down, almost like I'm sponging my box. Now, my black lines are hiding underneath that sorbet color. That's okay. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'm gonna go over it, okay? All right, got two sides done. I'm gonna go ahead and wash that paintbrush out. I think I'm gonna stick with my yellow. I'm not gonna do any mixing right now. So there's my yellow paint. Scoop up a little bit of yellow on both sides of my paintbrush. And I'm gonna go ahead and work on those stripes around my circles, just like I did to the pink side, that bubblegum pink. That awesome bubblegum pink. Ooh, this is a nice yellow. It's very bold, very bright. Artists, you may incorporate as many different colors in your box as you want. Your box is going to be a different design than mine, and that's perfect. That's awesome. So don't worry about doing exactly what I'm doing. We're doing this together. We're creating together. I'm here at the studio, and you're off on wild summer adventures, and we get to create side by side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Picked up my purple crayon along the way of our deep breath. I'm gonna go over to my pink. It's probably pretty dry. I'm gonna go ahead and add some purple crayon into my circles. Add a little color in there. And I'm just gonna keep making my way, artists. Decorating my box, deciding what colors I want, what designs I want. Nice work. All right, let's see. I have my yellow, I have my pink. Need a color for over here, guys. I think I am going to do a little bit of red. Red is one of my favorite colors. I'm gonna go swish and pull that red all the way across. And when that red dries, I can find those Sharpie lines again. Nice job. Push and pull that paint. Give your body a little bit of movement as you're working. Don't stay in one place. Keep yourself focused, keep yourself creating, but move that body. Good job. Okay. I am definitely happy with the outside of my box, but I want to add some color on the inside. Don't you agree? All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do like a splatter paint, like a tie-dye look in my house. I wanna make it a little wild in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that red on my brush. And inside my box, let me come a little closer. I'm gonna go ahead and create some red all the way around until I have no more red on my box. And then I'm gonna give my paintbrush a wash. I have to move a little faster with this one because I want the paint to stay wet. I picked up some yellow. Yellow and red make orange. Oh, I'm running out of the yellow. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly wash my brush. Dry it off. I'm gonna scoop up a big drip of white. And I'm gonna start to put some white down on here. Good job. And I wanna create this kind of tie-dye look. I'm putting a little bit of water on my paintbrush to kind of thin out the paint, make it move a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna grab that little snowball paper towel and I'm gonna go in the box and kind of smoosh that color around. Push and pull. I think I'll add a little water to my paper towel. Not too much water, friends, just a little bit. Now that's starting to create kind of a tie-dye look inside there. So go ahead and decide what colors you want inside your box. Maybe you want to try this tie-dye effect. Maybe you have another idea. I'm gonna tap on some white in here for some more texture. I think I'll pick up a little bit of yellow with my paper towel. I'm just having fun now, making a little bit of a mess, a fun art mess inside this box. A tie-dye wall for my little Squishmallow. Tap, tap, tap. Getting inside the corners of the box, up at the top. All right, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and set my box off to the side with the top. And I'm gonna give my paintbrush a wash. I am done with my brush. So, since I am done with my paintbrush, I wanna make sure my brushes stay clean so I can use them for another project later. So I'm gonna put these off to the side. I'm gonna close up my paints, give my hands a little wipe. I'm gonna clean up my paper plate. I don't need that anymore. And my cup of water, all done with my water. So one thing that's really important when creating art is making sure you have the space to do so. Setting up your materials in a way that you can get them, and then making sure you clean up your supplies when you're all done using them. If you need help, this is a good time to ask a grown-up to help you get ready for the gluing and the 3D. So I put all my crayons away. I'm done with those. Done with my Sharpie. Maybe take a little pause and give your hands a wash. Give yourself a little stretch. Inside that bag, here's that bag, there should be 2 packets of clay, or kind of like a Muddle Magic feel. I have a green one and a blue one. What colors did you get? I'm gonna go ahead and open up my green. Oh, I love this dough. Make sure all of your supplies are put away though before you open up the dough. Now you don't need to use all of this dough. So if you don't use it all today, go ahead and put it in a little Ziploc bag to save it. So I think I'm gonna create a little beanbag chair out of this dough. A little seat for my little Squishmallow to sit on. I'm gonna come right onto the side of my box and I'm gonna create a little, like a little pillow, a little chair for my little Squishmallow. You can play with your clay and design your clay around your box to make different things. So I'm making this little green beanbag chair. Here's my little Squishmallow. He fits perfectly on that little chair. And I think I'll make a little table too. I'm gonna go ahead and put my box down. I'm gonna open up my blue. So you decide how you wanna build and use your clay today. Maybe you don't wanna use clay and that's okay too. Maybe you're saving this for something else. So I'm gonna make a little table. I'm turning this ball of clay into a cube. I'm working my fingers around it. I'm moving it. See how it's turning into a little bit of a cube? It's gonna be a little tabletop that's gonna go into my house right here in the corner. Cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my glitter glue. If you have a hot glue gun at home and you're allowed to use a hot glue gun, you definitely can do a hot glue gun too for any of our decorating details. I'm gonna put a little bit of glitter glue at the bottom. I'm gonna stick my table in here, right here in the corner. I don't think I need any glitter glue on my chair. I've pressed it down enough in this corner. I'm just gonna smooth out the chair a little bit with my thumb. So my beanbag and my table are created. I took some of my little decorations and I put them into a bowl. Here's my disco ball. I've got some pom-poms in my bag. They look like that. And I think I'm gonna make little pillows on the top of my chair with the pom-poms. So I'm gonna go ahead and squirt some glitter glue. I did 3 squirts. You see it right there in the blue. And I'm gonna go ahead and create some little pom-pom pillows. An orange pillow, a yellow, and I have a purple. Little pom-poms. I love these little gems in here too that were in my bag. All types of little treasures. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to just decorate the sides of my box, designing how I want this magical little room to look. I'm gonna save my disco ball. I'm not gonna hang my disco ball up yet. I'm gonna show you a little trick for the disco ball if you need some help. I'm working on a little gem artwork on the wall that I'm creating right now. And up there in the corner, nice and slow. Now, don't get frustrated by the glue. When we're gluing, sometimes things move around. You're working really little right now, you guys. So take your time and maybe let a spot, like my box is supposed to look like this, but I want these gems to dry, so I'm gonna put it down like this for a second and take a little break. And it's gonna just rest on my table, okay? In your bag, you have a pipe cleaner. You might have a couple pipe cleaners. I'm gonna go find that disco ball. There it is. It's on a little string like that. You can keep this little string or you can cut it off, up to you. I'm gonna take mine off. All right. And I'm gonna take my pipe cleaner and I'm gonna weave it through. Just like that. Woo! And then inside my bag, I have some beads. So this is a nice time to string some beads onto your pipe cleaners too, making a little decoration. Maybe you're following a pattern. Maybe you're just putting them on randomly. That's okay. Just stringing some on. They almost remind me of like little lights around the disco ball. And put as many as you want on. Now I'm going to go back to that extra clay that I had. Okay, I have some extra blue. And I'm going to attach 2 balls of clay on the inside of the box, you guys. So I'm going to put some up here in the corner. Okay. Then I'm going to put another scoop. I'm going to try to attach. Got to do a little bit of investigating work here, guys. It's like being a scientist. I got to see if I can get this pipe cleaner to stick inside this clay up here. And you know what? I'm realizing I need scissors. So I'm going to go over to my scissor caddy. Grab a pair of scissors. So if you need a pair of scissors, take a little pause and grab some scissors for yourself. And I'm going to trim off the ends of my pipe cleaner. And I'm going to go ahead and try to push it into the Model Magic, into the clay. Yep. Now I'm starting to realize I'm going to need to cut this shorter, guys. This is what I mean about being an investigator. You have to take your time. Can't rush. If something doesn't work, stop and pause and figure out what is the best way to do something. Oh, that's much better. Okay, the other side though needs to be trimmed. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm resting my sculpture on my table a little bit. I'm gonna press that other side of the pipe cleaner into that clay. Ooh, it's working. Pushing it and molding it to the ceiling of my house. Oh, this is awesome. It is totally working. So cool. It took me a minute or so to figure it out, right? Deep breath. Let it out. Get those wiggles out. All right, my loves, you have a lot to build and a lot to create right inside this little house. I have these little extra ends of my pipe cleaners. I think I'm gonna make a little light that's gonna go into my table. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some beads using every detail. I'm gonna make this like little light. I'm gonna stick that into my table right here. A little lamp. Do you have a cool lamp in your bedroom or like a night light that's really neat? And I'm gonna use that clay to move around my lamp to secure it. Well, you know what? I need one more bead. Being a detective, guys. Trying things out. You know what? I'm gonna use a little bit of this extra clay on the sides right here. And I'm gonna blend that and mold that into my little tabletop. Everything takes some practice, takes some time. Oh, there it goes. It's like a little rainbow light. on my little tabletop. Oh, look at the disco ball too. It's so cool. Let's see what my little squishmallow would look like in here. How cute are you? Ah! So cute. So one little trick is you have to remember whatever you're building inside, you can use this side of your top of your box too. But remember, whatever you're building, you have to be able to close your box too. So make sure you have nothing on the sides that are interfering with taking it off and on, okay? Nice work, you guys. So have fun exploring, play with those materials, take a break when you need to take a break. There's no rush, you can always go back. So if you're waiting for something to dry, take a break. Go get a popsicle, go play outside, and then go back to your sculpture, okay? All right, my loves, happy creating. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you again soon.